Good day, Californians. As we wrap up an incredible 2025, it's a perfect moment to look back on all we've accomplished together for our great Golden State. Under Governor Gavin Newsom's steady and dedicated leadership, the path to a better California is clearer than ever, and we're filled with pride for what our teams have delivered. Each and every day, we're driven by our core four priorities: safety, equity, climate action, and economic prosperity, along with a strong focus on mobility and innovation. We took bold steps forward on climate action, launching CalSTA 2.0 to expand our climate framework with 14 new initiatives that embedded sustainability, accessibility, and equity into every transportation investment we make. We formed the California Sustainable Communities Task Force, bringing together key partners from transportation, housing, and environmental areas to build healthier, more connected neighborhoods. We're also thrilled to share that we secured long-term funding for the California High-Speed Rail, extending the Cap and Invest program to provide $1 billion annually through the year 2045. And across the state, nearly $5 billion of new investment went into local roads, bridges, and zero-emission transit, boosting our economy while improving everyday mobility for millions of Californians. 2025 reminded us of the power of partnership and resilience. When the devastating fire struck, CalSTA worked under the leadership of Governor Newsom and alongside CalOES, Caltrans, CHP, and DMV, and other local partners to protect evacuation routes, maintain mobility, and support impacted communities. People first, as always, was the mission. Our global perspective and partnerships also continued to expand in 2025. We held key engagements with Japan, China, and the Czech Republic. We even traveled with a climate and economic trade delegation to Kenya and Nigeria to study some of the world's fastest growing populations and their efforts to adopt a more climate-friendly transportation system. None of this would be possible without our amazing team at CalSTA, our 8 departments, boards, and commissions: California Highway Patrol, the new Motor Vehicle Board, the California High-Speed Rail Authority, Caltrans, the Board of Pilot Commissioners, the Department of Motor Vehicles, the California Transportation Commission, and the California Office of Traffic Safety. And of course, the countless local, regional, and federal partners who worked tirelessly with us, shoulder to shoulder.
In August, Governor Newsom deployed the CHP into major cities throughout the state, yielding significant results. The CHP made more than 1,400 arrests, impounded 249 stolen vehicles, and recovered 3,650 illicit firearms, the most in 1 year in CHP history. The crackdown on retail crime continued in 2025. The CHP-led Organized Retail Crime Task Force made 874 arrests, conducted 566 investigations, and recovered more than 210,000 stolen items valued at $11.5 million. In 2025, the CHP successfully hired 780 new officers, including the October swearing-in of its largest class in nearly 16 years. Caltrans completed emergency repairs to State Route 1 at Rocky Creek following a slip-out occurring in March 2024. Caltrans crews met the challenge, working in difficult weather conditions with a significant drop to the rocks and ocean below. The main structural repairs were completed in just over 15 months, and the highway fully reopened on June 30th, 2025. Near Big Sur, Caltrans reopened Highway 1 at Regent Slide in early January 2026, months ahead of the projected March timeline. Following a massive 2024 landslide, crews used advanced engineering and remote control heavy equipment to stabilize the slope. This accelerated effort restores full travel along the Big Sur coast for the first time in 2 years, reconnecting local communities and supporting regional businesses. California is recognized as a leader in autonomous vehicle regulation by balancing public safety with technological innovation through collaboration with stakeholders across all levels of government and industry. The state's current regulatory framework, overseen by the DMV, authorizes 30 manufacturers to test AVs on public roads with a safety driver, 6 entities to conduct driverless testing, and 3 companies to deploy commercial AV passenger services. The DMV has issued more than 21 million Real ID cards to Californians, supporting compliance with federal travel requirements that took effect on May 7, 2025. In response to Southern California wildfires, The DMV deployed mobile offices to assist nearly 10,000 survivors by replacing essential documents at disaster recovery centers, completing over 6,500 transactions in just 4 months. The new Motor Vehicle Board is helping drive California's leadership in resolving the Takata airbag recall, the largest in automotive history, affecting tens of millions of vehicles from nearly every major automaker due to a defect in Takata-manufactured airbags. California leads the nation in Takata airbag replacements and recall resolutions, with 107,500 completed between April 2024 and April 2025. Nearly 80% of the vehicles checked on checktoprotect.org are repaired within 90 days. In November, OTS and Caltrans partnered with Streets Are For Everyone and the Emily Shane Foundation to host a World Day of Remembrance for traffic victims. A powerful art installation featured 711 empty chairs, each representing a life lost in Los Angeles County in 2024. In May, CHP rolled out 100 low-profile, specially marked patrol vehicles to crack down on dangerous video game-style driving. These stealth units blend into traffic to catch the worst offenders. In their first 6 months, officers operating these vehicles issued nearly 33,000 speed-related citations statewide, over 1,100 for speeds topping 100 miles per hour. In 2025, CalSTA's Transit Transformation Task Force developed policy recommendations for vitalizing the state's public transit. The proposals aim to increase ridership, enhance passenger experience, and secure long-term financial and operational sustainability. The Interagency Equity Advisory Committee, which provides guidance to CalSTA, Caltrans, and the California Transportation Commission, has adopted a comprehensive mission, vision, and set of foundational principles to drive transportation equity across California. The foundational principles for this approach include acknowledging history and harms, partnership and collaboration, centering community practices, supporting economic opportunity, and empowering systemic change. In August, Caltrans initiated a unique community engagement event at a popular coffee shop in Crescent City to gather local feedback and build trust for the proposed US 101 tunnel project at Last Chance Grade. Casual meetings with community members like this are a valuable investment in building community trust, gathering authentic feedback, and preventing costly project delays and controversies in the long run. In 2025, the California Board of Pilot Commissioners focused on planning and securing funding for its IT modernization project. The project secured over $2 million for the 25-26 fiscal year and advanced through the state's project approval process, with procurement expected to start in the same fiscal year. High-speed rail remains an economic driver as work continues daily on the high-speed rail project, with 171 miles currently under design and construction from Merced to Bakersfield. Nearly 80 miles of guideway, the physical structure that both supports and guides the movement of a train, are complete, along with 58 structures, with 30 more underway across Madera, Fresno, Kings, and Tulare County. Since construction began, the project has created over 16,300 good-paying construction jobs, most filled by Central Valley residents. Up to 1,700 workers report to high-speed rail construction sites each day, providing more than $8 billion in direct labor income. In January 2025, Governor Newsom and CEO Ian Chowdhury launched the Railhead Project in Kern County, marking the transition to track and systems construction. This milestone is crucial for achieving the goal of testing the electrified line by 2028 and moving closer to an operational high-speed rail system. The opening of the LA Metro Transit Center at LAX marks a truly transformative moment for Los Angeles. This remarkable project saw an impressive $40 million investment from the Transit and Intercity Rail Capital Program through CalSTA and a substantial $150 million investment by the California Transportation Commission has already made a significant impact. This station, which opened in June, provides an airport connection to the Metro C and K lines via a free shuttle bus. Since the new Transit Center's inauguration, there has been an astonishing 139% increase in ridership on the K line on weekdays, year over year. This milestone represents a pivotal step forward in enhancing connectivity and public transportation for the residents and visitors of Los Angeles. The CTC allocated nearly $10 million to build critical system resiliency improvements to prevent additional disruption of vital rail services along the Los Angeles, San Diego, San Luis Obispo, Losan Rail Corridor in Orange County. The corridor has been repeatedly impacted by climate-related slope erosion, storm surges, sea level rise, and landslides in recent years. In 2025, the California-Shanghai Green Shipping Corridor reached all its Phase 1 goals. All container terminals in Los Angeles, Long Beach, and Shanghai now have full shore power capability. The ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach launched a clean fuels study to support a methanol pilot project. A new metrics and evaluation group was formed in March to track progress. These efforts, along with shipping companies committing to low or zero carbon vessels, complete Phase 1 and set the stage for Phase 2. Aiming to prove zero-carbon container ships are possible by 2030. In 2025, the Clean California Initiative solidified its impactful legacy by achieving significant milestones in community revitalization and environmental stewardship. Championing this transformative effort, Governor Newsom has been a steadfast advocate for the program since its launch in 2021. Under his leadership, the initiative reached major benchmarks, including the removal of over 3.4 million cubic yards of litter from public spaces, equivalent to more than 136,000 garbage trucks. Caltrans expanded its zero-emission vehicle fleet to over 1,300 in 2025, up from 591 in 2023. This shift saved more than $600,000 in fuel and maintenance in fiscal year 24-25. ZEVs now make up about 13% of the active fleet, including a range of vehicle types like trucks, street sweepers, SUVs, and sedans. In September 2025, Secretary Omashakin participated as a member of the State of California's delegation to Climate Week New York City 2025. Climate Week activities included a bilateral meeting between Kenya President William Ruto and Governor Newsom, along with GoBiz Director Dee Dee Myers and Cal EPA Secretary Yana Garcia, in which Secretary Omashakin signed a climate and trade agreement with Lee Kinyanjui, Kenyan Cabinet Secretary for Investments, Trade, and Industry. This historic MOU is the state of California's first climate and economic agreement with an African national government. And finally, a CHP Central Division K-9 officer and his new K-9 partner, JAG, made an impressive start to their patrol career on November 11th. During a traffic stop on I-5 in Merced County, K-9 JAG, on his very first day on patrol, alerted to the presence of narcotics. A search of the vehicle's trunk uncovered approximately 20 pounds of crystal methamphetamine, with an estimated street value of $272,400. This incredible teamwork showcases an impressive start for K-9 JAG and his handler in keeping California's roadways safe. Good boy, JAG.
It's a true privilege to do this work alongside all of you who are wholeheartedly committed to our People First mission. We've accomplished so much, and I can't wait to even more innovation and quality of life improvements in 2026. For a full look at our 2025 accomplishments, please read our annual report featured on the CalSTA website. As we continue running through the tape, we at CalSTA wish the very best to you and your loved ones in the new year. Thank you again for all that you do.